There's a voice in your head that thinks it's keeping you safe. The one that replays your mistakes on repeat, dissects every misstep, tells you that you're not good enough. But here's what research is increasingly pointing to. That harsh inner critic might actually be the very thing holding you back. Picture this. You're lying in bed replaying something you said earlier, the moment you fumbled your words in that meeting or texted something that came out wrong. You keep reaching for your phone to check if they responded, then putting it back down. Your chest feels tight, almost hollow, like something's pressing down. And there's this voice looping in your head. Why did you say that? Everyone probably thinks you're incompetent. Maybe it's not a meeting for you. Maybe it's a presentation that didn't land, a workout you skipped, a project you turned in late. Different details, same crushing weight. That voice sounds so certain, so protective, like if it beats you up enough, you'll finally get your act together. Here's something I want you to hear. That harsh voice isn't a character flaw. It's not proof that you're broken or uniquely messed up. For many people, that critical voice developed as a way to cope. Maybe it helped you stay vigilant in an unpredictable environment. Maybe it felt like the only way to push yourself forward. I've seen this pattern in a lot of people, and I've been there myself. We learn early on that being hard on ourselves can feel like preparation, like armor against the next failure. But here's the part we often miss. What worked as a survival strategy doesn't always serve us in the long run. That critical voice that once felt protective can become the very thing that keeps you stuck, replaying shame, avoiding risk, never quite feeling like you're enough. And the counterintuitive part? Research suggests what actually helps us grow isn't more criticism, it's compassion. To understand why self-compassion can work better than self-criticism, we need to talk about how your brain responds to threat. Your brain has what researchers call a threat system, an ancient alarm system designed to detect danger and protect you. When you criticize yourself harshly, you can activate this threat system. Your brain often doesn't distinguish well between a physical threat and an emotional one, so that harsh voice saying you're a failure can register as danger. Your body releases stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, and you shift toward fight or flight. Now here's the thing. When your threat system is firing, your brain's priority is survival, not growth. You become focused on defending yourself, avoiding further pain, or shutting down entirely. Self-compassion works differently. It can activate what some researchers call a care system or a soothing system, the same system that comes online when you feel safe, cared for, and understood. This system is linked with oxytocin and other calming neurochemicals. Instead of fight or flight, you get more safety and connection. And here's the counterintuitive insight. When you feel safe, your brain is more willing to look honestly at mistakes, learn from them, and try again. Self-criticism can make you defensive. Self-compassion can make you curious. So, how do you actually do this? I want to walk you through what I call the safe learning framework, 3 steps for shifting from self-criticism to self-compassion. Step 1, notice the threat response. The first step is simply recognizing when your inner critic has activated your threat system. You're not trying to fix it yet, just notice it. Let's say you missed a deadline. Instead of immediately diving into, "I'm so irresponsible, I always do this," pause. Notice the physical sensations. Is your jaw clenched? Is your stomach tight? Is your heart racing? Those are signs your threat system is online. Say to yourself, "My brain is responding to this like it's a threat." That's what brains do, but I don't have to believe every thought it generates right now. This simple recognition creates a tiny gap between the trigger and your habitual reaction, and in that gap, something new becomes possible. Step 2, shift to common humanity. This is about zooming out and recognizing that struggle, failure, and imperfection aren't signs that you're uniquely broken. They're part of being human. Research suggests that when people connect their difficulties to the broader human experience, they feel less isolated and more able to cope. It's the opposite of only me thinking that self-criticism thrives on. After that missed deadline, instead of spinning in, "I'm the only one who can't get it together," you might acknowledge, "Deadlines get missed. It happens to millions of people. I'm not alone in struggling with time management. This is a common human challenge." Say to yourself, "I'm not the only person who's ever dealt with this. Struggle is part of the shared human experience." This isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about seeing clearly. And when you see clearly, you can respond more effectively. Step 3. Engage with kind curiosity. This is where you bring in kindness, but not the fake, toxic positivity kind. This is honest, grounded kindness, paired with genuine curiosity about what happened and what you can learn. Instead of, "You're terrible," or "It's totally fine, don't worry about it," you're aiming for something more like, "This didn't go as planned. What can I learn from this? What might help next time?" For that missed deadline, "Okay, I missed this. That genuinely matters. It affects other people, and I want to do better. Let me look at what happened. Did I underestimate the time needed? Did something unexpected come up? What's one small thing I can adjust for next time?" Setting an earlier internal deadline, breaking the project into smaller chunks. Say to yourself, "I care about doing better because this matters to me, not because I'm trying to avoid shame." In a 2012 study by Breines Chen, people who practiced self-compassion after failure showed more motivation to improve, including spending more time studying and being more willing to try again. Here's a quick practice you can try right now. Think of a recent situation where you were harsh with yourself. Got one? Good. Now ask yourself, if a close friend came to you with this exact situation, same mistake, same struggle, what would you say to them? Really picture it. Would you say, "You're such a failure"? Probably not. You'd likely say something like, "Hey, that sounds really hard. It makes sense you're struggling with that. What do you think happened? What might help?" Notice the difference in tone. That's self-compassion. It's not lowering your standards. It's responding to difficulty with the same decency you'd offer someone you care about. Try writing down what you'd say to that friend. Then read it back to yourself. This is what your inner voice could sound like. Let's bring this together. Self-criticism can feel like it's pushing you forward, but research suggests it often does the opposite. It activates threat, can increase procrastination, and keeps you stuck in shame. Self-compassion, on the other hand, creates the psychological safety you need to actually look at your mistakes, learn from them, and keep going. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about creating conditions where growth is actually possible. The 3 steps. Notice when your threat system is firing, connect your struggle to our shared humanity, engage with kind curiosity about what you can learn. Here's your tiny next step commitment. The next time that harsh inner critic shows up, just pause. Ask yourself what you'd say to a friend in this situation. That small shift from critic to companion can change everything. Worm thanks. If this resonated, I'd love to hear which part landed for you. Drop a comment below. Save this if you want to come back to it. Share it with someone who might need this reminder. And if you're looking for more ways to build this practice, there are resources in the description. You deserve the same kindness you'd offer someone you love, not someday when you've earned it, right now in the middle of the mess. That's where real growth begins.